Hey, how's it going, guys? It's EricStone. I'm here with Mrs. Rice, Tamir Rice's mother, and I'm in here, Cleveland, Ohio, where they invited me out, and she is producing her foundation to keep her son's name alive and help out the kids in the community. So, Mrs. Rice,
Yes.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes, thank you for having me, Eric.
How you doing so far?
I'm holding up. It's never easy. It's going on 10 years for Tamir Rice, and our horrific loss. And we're planning his 10th anniversary, so I hope you all be able to check us out and support, and things like that.
So, if you had personal experience with Ben Crump when he came to your store,
Yeah.
how was that?
Yeah, I was introduced to Ben from one of my sister friends, and I thought he came in as a knight in shiny armor at first, but the services that I was receiving, I was not happy. I spent a lot of time questioning myself, like, they not being in communication like I want them to be. Where's all my paperwork, my motions, like where's all my stuff being filed, through the courts and stuff. And it was questioned about my, because he was my second attorney, because I fired the first with David Malik and Tim Koharski. And there was some shady stuff going on there too. But with Ben, it's just the service wasn't up to my quality. So I worked for Ben for about maybe 8 months, about eight months or so.
And you only talked to him on the phone how many times?
Well, I mean, I was with him a lot. Again, I thank Ben for giving us the exposure for Tamir Rice. Yeah, but that's about it. Other than that, there's nothing else happening with Ben. And that's just what I see, and I continue to see that he gives exposure to the families. And like I said, every case is separately, so I don't know what's going in each individual case, but I know that it's not comfortable, I can tell you that.
What do you feel like mothers in your situation should do in these situations now that you've been through it?
I think they should, if they're strong enough, they try to keep their son's name alive by doing events in the community, or, just trying to find a way to heal, however that could be. For me, I created the center, and I created it through Tamir Vision and, his eyes, and also, he benefited from after school programs and stuff like that. So my kids was exposed to some things as we lived in the rural cities of Ohio, and I wanted to bring it to the inner city in Cleveland because the children have not been exposed to it. So I wanted to give a different effect and make sure that we teach them about their culture. So that's why it's called Tamir Rice Afro Central Culture Center, and we do a number of programs there. So that's why I'm trying to get my building finished.
Yeah.
So we can start servicing the community, Yeah.
Do you feel like the city of Cleveland cares about investing into?
No.
No.
No, they don't. They don't care to invest in anything unless they have control over it. And I'm not giving them control over my center.
No.
I'm not giving them control over anything because I am providing a different type of education when it comes to telling the truth about this country. So we partner with the Cleveland CMS School District to work with certain schools that of our choice. The first school I would like to work with once the center is up and going is Marion C. Seltzer, which is K through 8. That's the last school my son attended, and it's a West Side school. So with us getting the center complete, possibly getting transportation, we want to be able to pick them up, service them with tutoring, mentoring. We have music class, we have art class, and we use a lot of different things when it comes to art. We have performing arts where they create creative writing and plays and stuff like that, because I'm a performing arts studio in the back. And just really nourish them and give them a safe place and allow them to be themselves and things like that. And we will be throwing in some African Pan history classes because we have an open space. We'll be throwing in economics and nutrition classes as well.
So you're basically building a whole thing for after school programming, or even during school if the kids don't go to school, to where they can come in, have after school activities, they can learn something, learn about money, learn about
they gotta be
financial literate.
Mm-hmm.
They can learn about their creativity and the process of who they are as a human being and what they want to do with their life.
Absolutely, yeah. So we don't discriminate, but it is an Afrocentric culture learning.
She let one white person in there, so
so it's all good. They need to understand that because it's not being taught, the truth is not being taught. And America, it sucks sometimes. It sucks. So, I would just want to make sure the children have the truth and be able to make the right decision as they get older because they are the future.
If there's one message that you can give to the people after being through all this and dealing with the politicians, seeing the kids consistently go through the trauma and there's no resolution, after being in these meetings, being in these places where people only hear about or read about, what would you tell the people that would actually make them want to be motivated to support your foundation?
Well, it's a couple number of things. I think I would tell the people to support one another in this police reform, right? And accountability is the word that I'm looking for. Hold these police officers accountable and their city council and public officials. That really sums it up. I had a chance to talk to a good friend of mine, Mr. Taylor. He sent me a video that Doug Baldwin mentioned my son in 2014 in reference to the attorney generals in each state need to challenge go back and look at their policies and procedures, documents or whatever, as far as when it comes to policing in the states. But accountability is what we need, and they need to be held accountable. And it needs to be immediately because they're continue to commit genocide in this state, and it's just a mess, to be honest with you.
And with accountability, we're gonna make sure it happens to the cop that
Timothy Loman, and Frank Grambrack as well. He was the FTO officer, supposed to have been teaching Timothy Loman, but unfortunately Timothy Loman had a bad HR report. Cleveland, they bother to even look at it, and I have a son in the next 6 months dead. So Cleveland is every bit of responsible for my son's death, and they acting like they not responsible. So that's why it's very overwhelming for me, and that's why we gonna build and get them people up out of there. They just don't know it yet, but we are. They think it's a joke.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm super grateful that you invited me out here. I'm super grateful to be a part of it and support it in every way possible. And I know damn one thing. I go after my own people.
Yes.
So that officer, he gonna have some restless nights because I'm coming for him.
Yes.
And I know I'm the one person that's coming for him. He don't want to see you.
Yeah.
He gonna see me. But the moment you see him, it's game over. Because he will never be an officer again. He'll never be a public official again. He'll never have the right to carry a gun again. He won't even be able to damn hunt in this fucking country after we're done with him. So we're gonna make sure that happens. We're gonna make sure your foundation gets built up and you can hold other officers accountable and uplift these kids.
Yeah.
And
support the moms
and support the family.
Cleveland is under a federal consent decree, and we have a federal judge, Judge Oliver. We need him to apply pressure on that administration for them to be in compliance with trying to get the police department to get in compliance for the DOJ can leave. So it's just a mess. It's a whole mess right now. So I hope that hope the community is listening and hearing me, that we're gonna have to come together to get some of these people out of office if they don't do the right thing.
Yep. No, we definitely gonna make sure the community hears, because I'm helping you out with all your socials, and we're gonna make sure, because what we're not gonna allow is the people with the strongest voice are the people who've been through it.
Yeah.
Because it's authentic.
Yeah.
It's not just opinion based at that point. It's experience.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure people like you have a voice, have a platform, and you can make one post on social and millions of people will hear you speak
Yeah.
compared to you relying on local 5-channel news to get your voice heard.
Yeah.
And they're gonna edit it and chop it
Yeah,
up
they
to.
go- yeah.
Yep. So like we talked about, 10-year anniversary coming up in November. You got the venue.
Yes,
It's a beautiful venue.
it is.
And so what can we expect at the 10-year anniversary?
Yeah, so if you all would like to come out and join us, it's gonna be November 3rd. We will be selling tickets. I do have some special treats for the community, from spoken words to a play and some entertainment, and some renderings. I would like to show everybody the renderings of the building. So yeah, please come out and help us honor Tamir's 10th anniversary, and again, support the cause.
Boom, just like that.
Yeah.
Miss Rice, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and I can't wait to see the success of your foundation.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Okay.